Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Joey Francis, your life, love, and relationship coach. Thank you for joining me. Insecurities, imposter syndrome, jealousy. The reason that I bring this up this week is because over the past few months, people have been coming to me more so about imposter syndrome. And they were either asking me how they should feel about this, or it was people coming to me that someone went to them asking how to deal with a friend approaching them about feeling imposter syndrome with their current love interest, boyfriend, etc. Now, unfortunately, it's going to sound a little bit harsh what I have to say, because when someone comes to me feeling imposter syndrome, meaning that they don't feel like they're deserving of the person they're with, I just generally tell them they're right. And I know it's a little bit harsh, but the fact of the matter is, it's not your decision to make. If you're with someone and you've been completely transparent and honest about who you are, the way you are, what you believe in, etc., 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 at that point, it is no longer your decision whether you're good enough for somebody. It's up for them to decide. They have to look at you and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I do like you. So feeling this imposter syndrome is essentially stemming from your insecurities. And insecurities is essentially the basis of all jealousy. So I've said this to a lot of people that if you happen to be very, very insecure, that maybe dating is not for you at this time. And maybe you should focus on either coming to terms with yourself and being happy about who you are and being proud about who you are, and not dogging on yourself because of whatever reason, or you go out and fix these things that you think are wrong with yourself. Now, listen, I'm all about self-love, and that's where I think this should all start. I understand that we are all insecure about something, but what does that really mean to be insecure? Essentially, it's how we think other people are going to perceive us for a specific reason. You know, some people, like guys with their height, as we've talked about before, women maybe with their weight, and maybe their height too, who knows? Hair, beard, skin color. And I mean, like, you know, the whole I'm too white, I need to tan type of deal. There's a lot of reasons why people are insecure. But again, it's being insecure is about what other people think about you, not necessarily what you think about yourself. So if you come to terms with yourself and love yourself for the person that you are, then you won't necessarily feel that imposter syndrome anymore. Because anybody that is with you, you will believe that they with you because they appreciate you for who you are. They love you or like you for who you are. And then that ugly J word doesn't show its head. Now, see, here's the thing. So many people believe that jealousy is healthy in a relationship. I'm not one of them. Jealousy is not healthy in a relationship. And the people that say that jealousy is healthy in a relationship, I believe there's something wrong with them, that they want their partner to be jealous of them because they have this need to feel needed. And it's like, listen, if somebody's with you and you trust them and they trust you and you guys love each other, why do you need to be jealous? What's the purpose? Where's the benefit? Because things in a relationship should only benefit. Where's the benefit of jealousy? There is no benefit of jealousy. And here's my explanation for that. Okay. Now think about this. If we're in business or are, you know, just entering into the world of business Or maybe we have our own product or service that we want to sell to people. We have to network, right? So we go out to networking events and industry events and parties and so forth and so on. And what do? We plant a seed into people's heads. Hey, maybe you don't need this right now, but you're going to need this in the future. And when you do, maybe just think about me. And we're just planting this seed into people's heads so that it grows into a tree that bears fruit. And that fruit is that person coming to us, buying our service or a product, etc., etc. It works the other way too. So if we get into a relationship, right? New, it's fresh. Maybe we're a little jealous. We're planting a seed in our own head. Do you see where I'm going with this now? We're planting a seed, whether it's in our own head or in their head, because we want people to be jealous, right? And that seed over time is going to grow. So now something that started out as being little and insignificant, like I'm just a little bit jealous, it's not a big deal. Well, months, years later, now it is a big deal. Because now I'm really jealous because that seed grew into a tree, fruiting poison fruit. And that poison fruit is now poisoning our relationship because, again, jealousy. Jealousy stems from insecurities. And I understand that it goes both ways. It definitely goes both ways. I can tell you lots of stories. Here's one that I hear more times than I should even think about hearing it. And I think I've mentioned it in a different episode of the podcast where women are dating divorced men who have kids and have a fairly decent relationship with the kid's mother. Now, he's not planning on cheating with the girl he's dating with his ex-wife. I don't care what anybody says. Stop watching movies, okay? Does not happen. You have to remember, in the real world, they've gone through separation, they've gone through divorce, and who knows how ugly it was and how much time it took and money, and all to just throw it away and be like, you know what? That whole thing of like 3 years of being separated and divorced, let's just sweep it under the rug. I still love you. So you have nothing to worry about people cheating because they're not going to cheat with their spouse. Yet women are very, very, very jealous. And I don't understand why. I have no idea why. And I even got into a conversation with a girlfriend of mine about this. And I said to her, I go, what would you rather have? A guy being friends with his ex, whom he has kids with, and having a good relationship there, which granted benefits the children? Or would you rather that this gentleman that you're dating have female friends in general, ones that he's not dated or slept with or anything? And her answer was, oh, I would rather him have female friends that he hasn't slept with and not dated or anything. And it's like, okay, here's the thing. Logically speaking, that doesn't even make sense. And this is why. He was dating his ex-wife. He was married to his ex-wife. He was separated from his ex-wife and he divorced his ex-wife. So despite the fact that they lived together and slept together, bears nothing on the relationship that they have because it's over. It went through the courses. They weren't right for each other. It's done. It's not going to relapse. Versus a girl who he's never dated and never slept with. So for all you know, there could be something there. Maybe he's oblivious to it because, let's be honest, sometimes guys are oblivious to things. And I'm not saying that it's guys that are oblivious. It's just women and their poor communication. But they're oblivious, right? And now this guy starts dating you. Now this girl gets jealous because she's hoping the whole time, like, hey, hopefully he'll notice me. Maybe he'll want to go out with me. And now that you're around, she turns it up to 11. The hints, the ooh, I dropped something, bending over in front of him, or being overly flirty with him all of a sudden. Granted, he's probably still not going to notice, and he's probably still not going to care. But over those two situations, which one is more likely to interrupt your relationship with him? He doesn't even need to cheat on you for this to become a problem, because she could be bad mouthing you. She could literally put her hands on him. And you, the female in this scenario, you have no idea what's going on, because he's probably not going to tell you, right? And then if you do see something off, you might say something to him like, hey, I think your girlfriend there, she's being a little too friendly with you. And he's going to be like, yeah, but we've been friends forever. Nothing happened. And in more cases than not, if I was going to date one of my girlfriends, I would have done it by now. I wasn't waiting for you to then cheat on you with one of them. That's logically speaking. Does it happen? Of course it does happen, but it's so rare. It's just that we see it on either Instagram or other social media, or we see it in TV and movies, and we think, oh, this must be what always happens. And granted, it's not. It's the outlier. It very rarely happens that way. But I digress. This girl might be purposely trying to interrupt your relationship with him. She might be bad-mouthing you behind your back. Oh, I don't like the way she talks to this guy. Do you think that she's cheating on you? And that's it, again, planting that seed. Just starting that tree of doubt to grow. See, the ex-wife, she ain't going to do any of that shit. The ex-wife, she might badmouth you, but he's not going to care, because he's already had his war with her. They've already gone through it. Her opinion does not matter. Unless it has to do with the kids, her opinion is not going to matter. And this is my point. People being friends with their exes, right? I understand. There are times that people are friends with their exes because they always want that security blanket around. And some people have an issue with being alone, so they keep their exes around in their back pocket, knowing that their ex would drop everything for them at a call. And I get it, it happens, but it's more rare than you think. Being friends with an ex shouldn't necessarily be a problem until it is. And you have to judge it that way, right? This, again, insecurity and jealousy. Because sometimes people get together, date, get into a relationship, and then realize that, you know what? We're not good like this. Essentially, we're just two friends that have sex. We're better friends than we are partners. And believe it or not, that might actually help you in the future, because now that person who's a genuine friend wants to see their friend happy. So if you are the person that makes their friend happy, they're going to be on your side. They're going to fight in your corner. They're going to protect you if anybody else was to badmouth you. And see, these are some of the things that we forego, that we don't even realize because of our jealousy. Because essentially, when people are very jealous, and then we start getting into the territory of narcissism, because narcissists are super jealous people. They just want to lock you into a basement and be like, listen, you don't need to go out into public anymore. You don't need to talk to anybody or socialize with anybody. It's okay. Just us two, just you and I. That's it. And I'm sure some of you have even been in that situation where you start to realize, hey, wait a minute. This person's getting more strict. And I'll tell you from experience, especially considering that I am a dating and relationship coach, and I do have a good amount of female friends, that sometimes women don't like the fact that I talk to single and dating women and trying to help them in dating, because they think that these women want me. I don't mix business with pleasure. So even if they did, you can't come to me for help and then expect me to date you. Not to mention now I know all your issues and mm-mm, mm-mm. I made it a point to myself. The things that we learn as we go through life dating people, I've made it a point. No more projects. If I'm going to help someone, I'm going to help someone. And I would love to help anyone and everyone. But I will not. I repeat, I will not date a project. Full stop. Not doing it. It's not worth it. It never works out. It never works out. And I mean, if you really want to get into it, just quickly, the reason it doesn't work is because as like a third party that someone's coming to, it's easier for them to be open and honest about what's bothering them, the insecurities they have, et cetera, versus someone you're a partner with. Because in the beginning, it might be like, hey, I don't really know this person, but we're dating, getting to know each other, and he's trying to help me or she's trying to help me. Because if you're one of these people that tends to help others, because like women throughout history, like they love projects, even though they should stay away from them. It gets harder and harder to share things because now I'm not sharing with a third party anymore. Now I'm sharing with my partner. And now the insecurities are starting to bother me because like, hey, if I say this to them, if I say this to them, are they still going to like me? Is everything still going to be okay? Oof, maybe I should hold back from this. And then you start holding back things. And now they can't help you. And you're holding back things. Just no projects. No, ladies, no projects. Guys, no projects, okay? If they need help, send them to go get help. And say, hey, listen, after you're done like this course of therapy, let's talk again. Because, everything about you is amazing except for this one piece. And that's essentially my last relationship, to be quite honest with you, my last serious relationship. That was that. And granted, she was an amazing girl. She told me right from the beginning that she had issues. And me and my hubris, what did I say? I help out so many people. It's fine. It's totally cool. Listen, I can be patient. I can help you. It's all good. I was wrong. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So just to wrap things up in a nice little bow, if you are greatly insecure, don't date. Either go to therapy, get help, come to terms with your insecurities, love yourself, be okay with yourself. And then because insecurities lead to imposter syndrome, where you start to think, hey, maybe this person is too good for me. Maybe I don't deserve them. Because then you start thinking, oh, wait a minute. If they're too good for me, they're going to go out there. They're going to find someone better than me. Oh no, what do? I don't want that because I want to keep them even though they're too good for me. Shoot. What do? That's where the jealousy starts happening. And then you want to, let's just lock you in the basement. You don't need to see anybody or talk to anybody out there. Let's just lock you in the basement. You're just for me. All right. So if you have insecurities or you're already in something and you have this feeling of imposter syndrome, remember, you don't get to decide who likes you. All you get to do is be yourself. Put yourself out there in a honest and transparent manner. And if somebody accepts you for who you are, then you need to accept yourself for who you are and realize that they're with you because they choose to be with you and for you not to worry. That's pretty much it. That's it. And listen, If there are people out there that have imposter syndrome because they lied, well, whew, shame on you, first of all. Second of all, I think you should come clean. You should do it right now, right this second. No waiting. Come clean. Whoever you're dating, whoever your partner is, you tell them the truth if you lied about anything. And you hope that they can see past this. Because for me, lying, that's a deal breaker. I can't stand people that lie, especially in a partnership, because we're building a life together and it's all based on a lie. So that, like, if you build yourself a Jenga tower, right? And it's just on one brick, which is that lie. And then you pull that brick, that tower is going to fall. So your whole entire life is built on that lie. And I know of lives that have literally been built up very largely, years, based on a lie. And that when that lie came out as the truth, everything came crashing down. World's end for people because of this. So if you're with someone, and I don't even care if you have imposter syndrome, if you're with someone based on a lie, you take them right now and you come clean. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to someone else, because it's going to eat at you. If you have a conscience, then again, you might be a narcissist and you'll be completely fine with it for the rest of your life. In that case, you shouldn't be with anybody anyways, but still, come clean. Do the right thing. You need to do better. I love that guy. Joyce Wool. All right. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you made it to the end, and I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying making them. I wish you the most wonderful weekend that you could have. And if by any chance you want to contact me with a story or an idea or something you want me to talk about or comment about, you can visit me at joyfrancis.com, joyfrances.com. And there you can find links to the YouTube page, because this is a YouTube show, as well as a podcast. So if you want to change it from YouTube to Spotify or Apple Music, you can do that there. And there's a place where you can send me a message and we can talk and I can help you. You can also buy my books there. Shameless plug. All right. What's that tagline that I always say now? Crap, I forgot it. Be true to yourself and believe in the decisions you make. Something along those lines. I think that's pretty good though. You know, how about this? If you're insecure, find ways to not be. And if you're a liar, start telling the truth and reform your life, because it's much easier being honest than it is being a liar. Until next time.